Okay, so here's our chord review as far as chord structure. We're going to start with power chords, advance to power chords with octaves, then we'll go into bar chords, etc. So the first thing to remember is triad. This is how we're going to build basically all of our chords. Easiest way to do it, 1, 3, 5. For example, we're looking for A. A is 1, A, C, E. A, C, and E are an A minor chord, okay? And if we want to make an A major, whatever, that's going to come down to our accidentals, which we'll get into at another time. But so to start with power chords, we're going to start, a power chord is going to be 1 and 5 only. So we're going to leave out 3. So for example, let's say we're looking for an F power chord. We're going to fret our F, which is our first fret, low E string, as per our C major scale. So we said 1 and 5, F, G, A, B, C. So F, C. And here we know we have a C down here. And the way we know that, if we're not familiar, just from memory, E, F, G, A, B, C. So F power chord is F, first fret low E string, and C, third fret A string. And it's just those two notes. Okay? All right, and so that's movable, of course, meaning we can go F, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. Of course, we can walk it down other strings as well. But that's the basis of our power chords is 1 and 5. Now we're going to talk about adding another note to our power chords. So we're going to add the octave, meaning the octave from F is going to be, of course, F. But where? So if we know the form, we'll be able just to do this right off the bat. We play our power chord, and then we play the pinky right underneath the fifth, which is the C. So we have C, and then we have that note right underneath there. So we have 3 notes, F, C, and F. So it's still a power chord, meaning we don't have a third because we just have an octave. So we have F, C, F. Okay. Now, something important to remember is power chords are going to be neutral, so we can play these. For example, if somebody is playing A minor to G, we can go, or A major to G. Power chords do the exact same thing. Again, you can equate power chords with the same thing as a simple bass line because they're going to just follow the root note, nothing else. So they're not going to be major or minor. Now, from here, if you'll notice, this looks like our bar chord form without the bar down. So if we now take this from our octave power chord, drop that first finger all the way across so we're barred. Now we have a bar chord. Okay? So this is actually on the low E string going to be a minor form because, again, we talked about our triad. It's the third that dictates whether a chord is major or minor, okay? So real quick to illustrate that, we're going to come back to the bar chord, but to illustrate that third, we talked about an A chord was A, C, and E, which gives us an A minor chord, played from the A string down, okay? Now our third is C, right? A, C, and E. So we have the C right here fretted with the first finger. That's actually going to be a minor third. We can go to C sharp, which is just raising. That C becomes C sharp, and now we have a major chord, okay? So that tells you how to figure out a major chord. Of course, on the piano, you would either play a major or a minor third to dictate the orientation of the key. So with that, we're going to go back to our bar chord. Okay, now in regards to bar chords with the root notes on the low E string only, okay, we need to make sure we differentiate this. This is a minor form without the third finger down at all. So that's an F minor. We take our third finger, put it down on the A string. That makes it major. So minor, major, and so forth. Cool. And of course that's movable. If we want to make a G major chord, all we got to do is slide up with our root note on the G. G major with the finger down, G minor with it off, okay? All right, so that's all we did this lesson. I'm going to go ahead and put down the forms for the next bar chords for next lesson, but don't do this until next week, okay? Now, if we take everything down, say we're in our G form, we drop everything down 1 string, things change now. What was major up here becomes minor down here. We can take it off. That's technically a suspended, but we can make it major like that. You'll notice A minor, look at the form. Same thing's happening here, just like that. And so on. Okay, so we'll get more into the root notes on the A string next time, just noting that they are basically going to be opposite. Major, minor, root note on the E. Minor, major, suspended on the D. Okay.